Welcome back, folks. Now, a lot of you guys have been asking me to do a mod video for patch 9.19. So I'll demonstrate what mods do I use, what they look like, and what their functions are before I show you where you can find these mods and how to install them. So here is my garage. As you can see, it's heavily modified with both cosmetics as well as ease of access or quality of life improvements. So yeah, pretty sweet than the default version of World of Tanks. So here is the screensaver mod for the garage. So if you stay idle long enough, there will be a animation panning around the camera of all your vehicles. So this is basically for you to look at all your tanks, I guess, and not do anything. So screensaver, yep. But on the top left, I have the number of players and the ping for the servers. So go beat up the person stealing your internet. I have a checkbox for automatically return a crew. So this is pretty useful for premium tanks because they are crew trainers and they don't need a crew of their own. So it takes a long time for you to find the original crew and swap them back and forth between the barracks and the new vehicle. So check this box. There they are. Pretty sweet. So it's very handy to swap around different crews and return them. Right. Quality of life improvements or ease of access. I removed the premium shop button because it's useless. I can just click on the go button to go to the premium shop. So more buttons for you to misclick, I guess. Wargaming. Blah. So I have the lock for gold and the lock for free XP. So this prevents you from accidentally using them in case of you need them for later use, obviously. So good stuff. I have the hangar manager, so this allows you to change the garage from stuff like D-Day or Bovington Tank Museum. So change all the stuff to whatever you want, yada yada, good stuff. You can right click to do a special customization based on different battles you played. So if you like a particular spot in a random map and you want to save it as your default garage, click on or press left alt and number pad 7. So if you like mountain golding, if that's a term, on top of a gigantic mountain, and if you want to save that as your garage, you can do that. So that's where the screensaver is also. Alright, so the carousel has been modified with stats. Normally there is a switch from default currency to credits rather than gold. People have gold shell, yeah. So prevents you from accidentally using gold than credits. And that's pretty much it for the garage. Mostly, other than the skins for various vehicles, but I already did a video about that. So yeah, basically the rest are stats for XVM based on your vehicles. So click on the vehicles tab and you can sort based on your stats. So vehicles like Valentine AT, I did terrible in it. Skipped it. So other stuff, you can just play around. Your Win 8, WN8, other stuff, yada yada, stat stuff. So that's the garage, but mostly it's cosmetics, mostly it's quality of life improvements. So right press and drop all crews or send to barrack. And yeah, I don't think there are new filters. Since like patch 9.16 or 9.17, all the filters are better now. So, I mean, I don't know, but that's the filter, I guess. And the chat button is also broken. Wonderful. Come on, Wargaming, fix your shit. Random splice cut. I apologize, but I forgot to mention the vertical tech tree that I use, rather than the horizontal tech tree that looks like Donald Trump's hair got blown in the wind. Oh god. So this is more concise, it's more uniform, everything is packed together. You can also see the hidden vehicles added with various patches based on the show vehicle script. So I love it. It's prettier, a lot prettier. So that's it, yeah. So that's the garage. Now let's move on to what the in-game screen looks like and what the other functions of crosshairs or other stuff you'll see for my videos. And here's a demonstration of all the mods I use in battle. So this is the loading screen. As you can see, all the player stats are color-coded based on Win 8 and with XVM. So the more purple you are, the more accurate, the more efficient with your vehicle. the more red, the more potato or tomato. So stuff, but don't judge. So we already talked about XVM and the other stuff, but you know. But there are a few features that I really think does improve your gameplay if you know how to use them correctly. So the first one is the HP bar on the top. So this is the total HP of your team versus your opponent. So this is Team Comp 101. So for example, if your enemies have like 2 platoons of mouses, so 6 mouses, their health will be dramatically higher. So this will tell you to play a little bit more defensively or campingly, because you don't want to go toe to toe with 6 mouses. You don't have the health if you're playing a medium tank or a tank destroyer. So play a little bit more passively and snipe them across the field, because they're bad camo rating and slow speed. So they'll go toe to toe based on team composition. So utilize this health bar is also very important. The second one is the larger minimap. Press left control and this will bring up the minimap for you to see clearly and make decision calls. So for example, if you want to traverse through the swamp, it will take longer than traversing the same distance on flat ground, stuff like that. Also, the green circle is your view range. The white circle is the maximum view range of your vehicle. So basically, anybody in the white circle with maximum view range could potentially spot you based on your camouflage rating. Just to be a warning to you. The yellow circle is the draw distance, so that's where stuff appears on your main screen for you to shoot at. If they appear outside of the yellow circle, they don't appear on the actual map or main screen for you to shoot at. So stuff, I have a white line for the vehicle gun barrel pointed towards, or camera direction actually, but normally this is where also the camera is also pointed and the gun barrel is also pointed. I have a gun traverse lines for tank destroyers and artilleries with fixed mounted guns, so allows you to shoot a cone of arc ish of a fire area. And finally, if you press left alt, this will bring up the health of your teammates and your opponents last spotted health. So this will allow you to see if your teammates could take a hit, or if they're pulling back and playing a little bit passively. This will tell you that they don't have that much health to spare. So there's a reason for that. So take a look, make decision calls. If your enemies have like one shot to you, you can take them out. So they are not always on full health. So very handy tool. But as you can also see, I have a different crosshair, which allows you to shoot a little bit more effectively, and better zoom, which allows you to shoot more effectively. So yeah, pretty good stuff. I mean, XVM does help, but recently Wargaming has implemented previous XVM features like damage counter right here and timers for your consumables. Pretty sweet. So here is the zoom mod, as you saw there, with different crosshairs for better aiming ish. But let's jump forward if we can to see the zoom in action. Can I just shoot somebody? So here is the zoom mod in the works. So it allows me to shoot the lower plate of the Mil-1. Not the tracks. Fine, whatever. Alright, skip ahead. Or shoot the M103 and I shot the tracks. So it allows you to zoom in a little bit better for more precise shots, but... Okay, damage my gun. So I want to demonstrate the zoom, but you know what I mean. Also, the crosshair is a little bit more clean. Allows you to see more precisely, so that's very important. Also, the aim circle is white, so you can tell the difference between the green grass and the green aim circle. So small stuff, but I think it helps you in terms of aiming. And here's a demonstration of the zoom. So I'll try to shoot the turret side. Gun, okay, sure. But that's the gist of it. So let's show you how to find these mods and how to install them. And here is how to find and how to install all the mods that I use. So before you get started tweaking with the res folder or tweaking with the main directory files, if you're really cautious, if you're really paranoid, make a backup copy of res folder. So this is the main resource folder where all the models, all the textures and fonts and other stuff are located. So the worst case scenario is you have to reinstall the main client from the main website if you accidentally delete stuff. So that's the worst case scenario, but don't worry about your gold or your vehicles or your account because that's server side, not client side. You're modifying your own client, not the actual stats of your account. That's server side. So, alright, but here are the websites that you need to visit to download all the stuff. So Aslain has a great mod pack. Been using it for like 4 years now plus. So it's very convenient. He basically packs every mod into one, so you don't have to go scrounging and rummaging throughout the interwebs for all the mods. But also you want to have vertical tech tree for the vertical tech tree. So here is the Hangar Manager edition as well. So you want to install the special mod for the Batcave technology hangar, then install the Hangar Manager because the Hangar Manager doesn't override the special garage. So I'll show you guys, but just download this one first. So go to aslain.com. I'll provide you guys with all the links in the description below, so you know the usual stuff. But click on this link and click on direct. So download link. So you will have a bunch of files right here. So here are all the files. You have the mod pack, you have the Hangar Manager. I use the free camera for cosmetic or photo shoots for the thumbnails. So that's just me, but there is the vertical tech tree stuff. So right click, run as admin, because it modifies your actual main client. So you need to run as admin. Trust me, it's fine. So it's okay. Click next. Click next. It tells you to update other stuff and whatever. And the main directory file, that's where your game is located at. Next. And we'll go through this whole checkbox of normal stuff like I usually do. So over target markers are basically the mascara of the labels. So you can see the default. Don't click on this thing. It will lag you because it's a special font. It's a special bar. So if you have a slow computer, this is not worthwhile. In my honest opinion, I don't really need it because the normal stuff is alright. So you don't need the special labels and other stuff. So basically don't need that. So uncheck that. So all of this is extravagant extra stuff. So panels, I like the normal battle panels for the battle loading with vehicle names. So that's the panel thing, I guess. Here is the stats from XVM. So alright, high country flags, the stuff. Okay, player panels, medium stuff, default panels with other stuff, start mode, default, normal panels, default transparency, HP bar. So this is one of the most useful feature. I really like this. So you can choose to be fixed on the name, on the labels, other stuff, but if you press left alt, this will bring up your health and your enemy's health from their last spotted position. So it allows you to judge how much alpha, how many shells you need to dish out to kill them, and if you have enough time to do so. Also tells you how much health your teammates have, so you don't blindly charge in with no health. So very good feature. I have the little markers for spotted vehicles. So this guy spotted. If there's a list of similar vehicles but different players, like a bunch of mouses, then one player will be spotted. He will have an eyeball right next to his name to tell you that it's that guy. If he has a better stat, you should focus fire and XVM snipe him. But the trick to the trade. So hide icon for not spotted vehicles. Don't confuse yourself. Display more visible kills. Yeah. Display icons on player panels. Display other stuff. So this is the clan icons. Client flags. You don't need that. You don't need the flags. Okay, whatever. Markers. Okay, sure. Small stuff. But here is also very important. The white lines for your gun or your camera. So the gun traverse angles, that's the white cone of arc shooting. The icons for destroy vehicles, so if it's Lakeville, if they're blocking the path, don't drive down there unless you know you have enough time to push them out of the way. Vehicle names, full. Tank names rated by color, so I like that. Just based on a bunch of limit trains of tomatoes. I love to see that. Here is the show vehicle on the minimap with Alt if it's pressed. Default zoom to the icon scale. Position in the center. So this is for the minimap zoom that you saw. So centered. Left control key. Yep. Artillery sights. If you play artillery, I like to use number 10. But here are a bunch of stuff. So you can click on enlarge. There you go. So I like number 10. But that's me. Personal preference. Stuff. Hit log settings. So you already have a default World of Tanks edition hit log. So these are remnants of the older days where that feature was not in the vanilla default version of World of Tanks. So this is the remnants of the past. You don't need to use that if you already have it turned on from the actual settings. So old stuff, damage log, same stuff. So just old stuff. Efficiency counters, I don't care. Or you can just switch it from the vertical to the horizontal. Makes it look pretty, I guess. You can do whatever you want. So color blindness if you want to use violet, but I want to see more contrast, so that's my eyes. So personal preference. Color scale, so you can choose whatever color if you're using XVM. If you're not using XVM, just uncheck the XVM part. It will install the rest of the mods without XVM. So pretty cool. 6th sense icon, so I choose yellow sign, but I'll show you how to install a custom yellow sign or custom whatever sign you want for your 6th sense icon. As usual, Selena Gomez, if you watch the previous mod videos. So there's a sound alert for your 6th sense. You can also change that from the in-game files, but this is also the same stuff. Price button in the research tree, so check that. Mastery mark, that's me, checked. Gold lock, that's the locking of your gold. And free XP lock, change default currency from gold to credits for shells and consumables because don't want to actually use those gold, precious gold. Don't show the premium shop button. Remove that crap. I don't want to press that button. Accidentally press it and everything just minimalized and opens up your browser. Hide the counter on the channel button is small stuff. Hanger clock, it's a clock, so okay. Carousel, I use normal row. I use shrinked because I want to do the thumbnails, so that's the Photoshop part of my own, but you can use like bigger ones if you want. I use the battle tier stats stuff, more stats stuff, yeah, sure. Carousel, you can choose 5 roads. Holy crap, it's like a honeycomb of stuff. I just used one. Transparent background, that's pretty cool. You can use different highlighter like green or stuff, you know, small cosmetic stuff. Alright, server ping, that's mine. Yep, I like server ping. Beat up the person stealing your internet, like your cousins who comes over for Thanksgiving or stuff. You bastards. Alright, shows online user at the login screen, show in battle clock, that's pretty useful. Repair timers on damage panel, so it takes how long to repair your tracks. So sometimes it's like 10 seconds for you to repair Romta Borsig's tracks and you're like, I don't want to use my repair kit right now, and then you're dead. So, yep. You can also use this with your modules appearing on your reticle. So if you press left control, but too fancy for me. So a bunch of these stuff are your own choosing. So some of them might lag you. The most laggy part is the labels, the over the target markers. But for these rest of them, not really that laggy. Originally when I used a crappy computer, these were not that laggy. Only the laggy part was the special labeling of the names. So the old days of crappy computer. So there's a gun reload sound. I still haven't figured out how to do this specifically for different nations, but that's just my free time and modding skills, I guess. XVM sounds, yada yada, whatever. So you can do a contour check for the vehicle for XVM, but I use default. So this is the another part of the mascara for the icons. So you can use special icons, special Milky Man icons, or labels, or stuff, fancy stuff. Okay, I just use regular stuff. Okay, I use a special zoom. So if you're playing sniper tanks, this really helps a lot. So sometimes you need to aim for the weak spots like cupolas or lower plates. This helps tremendously. Or shooting through a window at a type 4 or type 5. Very important. Have a zoom out for the arcade mode. So this is basically just shoot around corners. Allows you to see a little bit better. There's a scroll sensitivity, tweak, other stuff. It disables some of the animations and other stuff. You don't need that. If you have a good computer, it handles it pretty well. If you have a crappy computer, you could turn it off, but it looks kind of bad. So, okay. I mean, turn shadow off. Ew. Don't do that. It looks prettier. Stuff. So I use hard scope crosshair right now. And, yep. I'll show you guys the in-game setting after this part of the video. So you can choose whichever crosshair you want, but they look too fancy for a World War II or post-era World War II, Cold War era tank to have. So these look like what? Abrams? Even more special than Abram tanks. I have these special crosshairs. So I use historical crosshairs. So looks pretty nice. I changed the aim circle to white to give a better contrast to the ground. You can have custom crosshairs for artillery, battle assistant. The golden odor mod for predator missile. So Wargaming implemented this mod for artillery, but originally it was a mod. So good old days, remnants of the past. Love it. Info panel. It's okay, too much. I mean, to clutter up all your freaking screen. So a bunch of text, wall of text. You don't need that. Gun constraints, not that bad. So if you're playing vehicles with fixed mounted guns like tank destroyers or artillery, this will show you which part of the screen is constrained within your gun's limit. And if you have to move the hull to adjust to targets, but I don't really need that, so it's up to you. It's not a bad mod. Damage indicator. We can turn the shading and other stuff. Don't whatever. Friendly artillery aiming position. You can change that to what? I didn't even check anything. Uncheck this. So you can check different circles like a stick, a French fry. All right, a green French fry, uncooked one. All right, a green circle. Oh yeah, whatever. You don't. Small stuff. Don't really need it. Tank lights, these are all cosmetics, so actually the E75 has the light right here, so there's no light right there. That's a historical mistake. Judgmental prick. Sam, you asshole. So that police flashers are for your own tank. Neon treads. Oh, turn off the sun. Night sky. Ooh, this is pretty nice. I wish we have night battles, but alright, so other stuff, small stuff, don't really need those, but okay. You have auto aiming helps, so I don't know the legitimacy, the legality of these mods, so I didn't check any of them. The default one is decent enough, so just right click, but it's up to you if you want to use it. I never used it. Chat filters, that's pretty nice sounding, but if you can't handle a few curse words, it's alright. Just blacklist if they fix the freaking friend panel thing. Oh, alright. Bunch of other stuff. Damage logs, the remnants of the past. Wargaming implemented their own, so it was a popular mod. Same goes for damage panel thingamajig. You don't need that stuff. Already have it. I use the original gold shell visibility stuff, so I can curse at people using gold. That's just me. I use the team HP bar on the top. Pretty useful, very useful. Display clock on the right side. You can have a better clock. You can have better color for the icon class. Fancy fonts and stuff. Don't really need it. Alright, uncheck graphical performance. So if your computer is laggy or if it's running at low frame rates, do some of the stuff you can tweak. So my computer's good enough. Now here is the garage mod. Check on this. So use the special garage, but if you don't want to have this, don't check on this. Use the Hangar Manager to have the premium garage. So I check on that. The rest of these are up to you. So if you have anime tank crews, yada yada, normal tank crew, Family Guy tank crew, ground panzer tank crew, historical tank dudes tank crew, fun stuff, you know, go at it. But okay, whatever. Battle results with titties. Yeah, where's the titties? There are the titties and asses. Ass, titties, ass, and titties. Alright, don't need that stuff. Need it later. So check updates and all the other stuff. Session stats. If you worry about that, you can check on it yourself, but it's extra. Don't need it. Crew voices, gun sounds. You can test them yourself, but make sure you back up the res folder. So these will modify some of the sounds from res. So make sure you back up the res folder, because audio, it's a special category on its own rather than tank skins or textual files. So the good old days of modifying audio, it was a nightmare. Textural mods, hit zones, individual tanks. So you can download Milky Man skins, or you can go to his website right here and just download all the skins yourself manually. So I'll show you guys how to do that after this, but let's get back to it. So a bunch of stuff. Skins. You can do the white skin for destroy vehicles. You can do a train wagon. Ooh. Okay, so better looking trains, I guess. Okay. Wider border for maps. Okay. You can look at all these stuff with the image preview. So some of the stuff are not really needed and extravagant. So adult content. Oh, that's not adult content. She's wearing stuff. Yeah, okay. Alright, such a kid. Alright, so a bunch of these stuff, various, and you know, play with it yourself, play around with it yourself. So that's pretty much it. So click on next. Now here is the important part. You need to delete the Python logs as well as the cache files. So this is very important because sometimes it will cache on its own and it will, you know, doesn't work. It just conflicts on itself. So I recommend you click on these two boxes. It's very important. You can delete game cache to reset to the beginning. So this is basically allows you to see the whole game as the first time you log in. So with all the special animations, with all the pop-up message and other crap. So do that, but make sure you click on these two. That's very important. So click next and you'll do the installation. So there you go, folks. That's pretty much it for the Aslain mod pack. And that's the 80%, 90% of all the mods. So once you do that, now we do the skin mods and the special vertical tech tree and Hangar Manager mod. So if you haven't installed Hangar Manager from Avalon, just download all the files, download all the stuff. So you should have a folder like this. This is your main directory folder. This is the special folder for all the other stuff like vertical tech tree. So extract here with WinRDR or 7-zip. So copy, basically just copy and paste. So once you extract it, just copy and paste these two files into the main directory file. Now replace, sure. There you go. Simple enough. That's how you install mods. If you want to remove them, just delete them from resmod. And that's it. Pretty simple, huh? So that's pretty much for the vertical tech tree. We're done in like 10 seconds. So Hangar Manager, extract here. So there's a readme, but basically just copy all the files from resmod into whichever folder. So currently it's 0.9.19.0.1. Fun name, but there's going to be another micro patch. So when that happens, make sure you have all the latest files of mod packs and skins. So basically you're up to date with all the files and doesn't get corrupted or doesn't work. So basically just copy and paste and just do this stuff. Okay, so that's how you do it. Simple, right? Very simple. So as for skin mods, I already talked about this in the past. It does come with two versions. One is the .World of Tanks mod file. So basically all you have to do is copy and paste this into World of Tanks mods and corresponding version folder. So currently it's 9.19.0.1, but just copy and paste it into here and you're done. And there's a second version of all the stuff. So it does come into this type of files like vehicles, American, Chrysler K or whatever. So these comes with the textual files. So once you have these files, copy and paste them into World of Tanks res mod, whichever version. If there's no vehicles folder, make one yourself, call it vehicles. If there's no nation folder, make one yourself, call it American, Chinese or German or Japanese or French, British, yada yada, and paste them into here. And that's it. So I think I cover about everything. So that's how you install all these mods. Just copy and paste the files into res folder, into res mod folder, or into the mods / whichever version folder it is, based on different types of files. But they all should be coming with a readme that allows you to check and actually install all the stuff. So it's do it yourself. It's not that difficult. So I trust you're literate and actually could read the stuff, but you can actually just download the stuff yourself. So pretty simple stuff. Now finally, you want to activate XVM. So go to modxvm.com, log in with your normal account. This is shared with World of Tanks main website, so don't worry about accessing the stuff with this website. So it's perfectly fine. Click on activate services, click on update stats, and that's pretty much it. So all your stats are updated. Use Win8 for me, but you can use whatever. EFF is the Quickie Baby's older usage of EFF, but I don't know what he uses now, so up to you. So check all the stuff if you want, but yeah, okay. Don't check these two. Don't check XMQP stuff. This will lag you and sometimes will crash the game, so don't check this. This is bad. So yeah, finally let's do the 6th synth icon. So this is basically to Selena Gomez PNG. So you want to have a PNG file. This is the transparency of the stuff. So full body. So do whatever picture you want. Please don't make this into like a. So what I'm saying is, once you have a picture, view image. Please don't give me to a porn site. Alright, so once you have the image, go to your res mod folder. Not that one. This one. So go to, not that one. This one, thank you. So go to res mod. It's share resources, UI, res. There it is. I'm stupid. I'm sorry, I apologize. But here is the aiming for the artillery picture. And here is the 6th synth icon. So save your picture right here and recall it. Save image as blah blah blah. Operating system, res mod, mods, share resources, XVM, res, and just call this thing, since Selena Gomez, just call it 6th synth, and Selena Gomez will become your 6th synth icon, or whichever picture you want. So basically the 6th synth icon is a JPEG, is a PNG file. It just pops up like a jump scare all the time. So there you go, folks. Whew. And finally, before you get started playing, here are the settings that I use, so you can use it as a reference-ish. So basically, check boxes similar to whatever you want to check, yada yada, assault modes, yada, vehicle panel. So if you're using the carousel mod, you don't need that, or if you're using that, then you don't need the carousel mod stuff. Alright, battle recording, that's for me, but yeah, arcs of excellence, show vehicle tier, yada yada, enable server reticle. So this is a server side reticle rather than client side. So it's a little bit more lag compensated, but I don't need it. So stuff, restrict toggle, enable zoom. So this is altered based on mod. Stabilization, this is stuff. You don't need that stuff. So pressing Alt, don't change, but click on all of these. My graphics, I use the deep filter to make it more cinematic, but that's just my YouTube stuff. You can do whatever you want. Okay. Details, yeah, that's all the stuff. I turned off motion blur because it's like vomit inducing. That's just me, but you can turn that on. But I turn motion blur off because I want to shoot at targets, not like a blur. So, okay. Stuff for the sound, yada yada. Okay, sure. Here are my controls. So I already talked about keyboard ergonomics, how you should press all your buttons quickly, like a spider finger thing. So, so I changed the consumable buttons to ZXC. So basically, if you want to press the repair box or repair kit or the fire extinguisher, you don't have to reach your finger across the keyboard like a freaking daddy long leg and just like, ugh, my hand broke. So that's the stuff. So pause the video if you want to take a look at all the stuff, yada yada. Yeah, simple stuff. Here is the reticle. So I changed the aim circle to white so you can see it contrasting against the green background. Simple stuff. Here is the sniper mode with a different crosshair. I should turn this on a little bit more. Yeah. Can't see stuff. Apply. Okay. Here is the markers for all the vehicles. More markers, more accurate, I guess. Not really. And battle notification. So I like it. Not that bad. Stuff. Alright, there you go, folks. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the mod video. It's a little bit rough on the editing because I screw up with the talking. So that's my fault. But hopefully this helps in demonstrating all the mods that I use and what I consider as advantageous that's available to everybody. So features like different quality of life improvements from the garage or actual stats like display of your health or better pressing of the minimap allows you to perform a little bit better if you know how to utilize these features correctly. And there goes the freaking screenshot mod. So thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Now listen close.